Hey, have you ever wondered how to build a business on social media and make money online so that you can travel all over the world doing what you want, when you want, with who you want? If you want, then this video is for you. So my name is Fraser Brooks, and in 2010, I kind of stumbled across an idea in a way on how I could make money using social media. I got to work, and years later, I now live my dream life with my dream family, being able to do what I want, when I want, if I want, with whoever I want. And I really want to help you be able to do the same thing. So I'm going to go through some steps just for you that you can implement. Now, the majority of people, they'll watch this video and they won't implement. So let me know in the comments if you are an action taker so I can keep a close eye on you to really see when you actually get the success that you truly deserve on social media. All right, so point number one is you've got to identify your passion. We all have a passion or an interest or a hobby in something. And a lot of people, they make the mistake of, what do I need to be able to sell to make money? Instead, what do I absolutely love about my life, and how can I share that experience with other people to be therefore able to sell something about it? Now, let's say you love yoga. There'll be something that you can sell in the yoga space. Let's say that you love knitting. There'll be something that you can sell in the knitting space. It's not, I need a product first, it's I need a passion and I need to share stories and opinions and perspectives about that to build a community and then sell the product. So stop being the drain and start being the fountain. The drain is someone who creates content for the sake of creating content for the sake of making a sale of a product they don't even want to sell. A fountain is someone who's so set on fire because they absolutely love what they talk about every single day. People come from all over the world to see the fountains and they'll run away from the drain. So be the fountain, not the drain. All right, point number two, choose your platform wisely. Now, there are so many different platforms we can build on. We can use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it these days. MySpace, if that's still going, Pinterest, right? There's so many different platforms. But here is my recommendation. Post on all of them with the idea that one of them is going to explode for you. And then that then becomes the platform that you double down on. If you made a decision, right, I absolutely love Instagram because it's the app that I open first when I wake up in the morning, it's the app that I spend the most time on, whatever it might not be the platform that's going to explode for you. Just because it's your favorite doesn't mean it's the best. So you have to create content, post once a day on every single platform until you start seeing one grow more, the engagement is more. And I wouldn't necessarily focus on views or followers. I would focus on comments and messages that you receive. Now, some platforms like YouTube and TikTok is going to be not so great with the messenger side of things, but I want you to really create content so that you can see which ones are getting the major amount of engagement from in terms of comments or reach outs to you. All right, point number three, you've got to kind of create your own brand. Now, here's the two things that you're going to come across. What's your niche and what's your brand? Now, for me, niche is the easier way to go down because niche is simply who do you want to serve? And if you follow your passion, you'll already know that. If you're passionate about yoga, for this example, then who do you want to serve? People who either A, love yoga, or B, love the idea of getting into yoga, or C, want to give it a go, right? Want to try it, right? They're all kind of similar, but that's the kind of niche. Who are you wanting to serve? The brand are the things inside of the niche. So for example, if your niche is yoga, now, what are all the conversations or what are all the themes or what are all the ideas that you can talk about inside of that? So yoga for mums, yoga at home versus a studio, what clothes to wear, even how you start your lives or how you start your videos. And I love so many different YouTubers. There's a guy called John Olsen. I think he's a Scandinavian guy. I'm not too sure if it's Sweden or Norway. And he always starts his vlogs with good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, right? It's not 3 good mornings. He says good morning. And it's amazing. That builds his brand. You know, at home, they're watching his YouTube videos. He says, good morning. And they kind of go, good morning. He's not going to hear that, but the idea is the same. It's repetition, always talking about the same thing over and over and over again. And that's another big mistake that people make when it's trying to make money on social media, is they think they have to keep saying a different thing to be able to get sales or to be able to build a brand. You don't. You can say the same thing over and over and over again. There's a great old school saying, it's don't change the message, change the audience. And that's exactly what social media is made for. You don't change the message. You keep that the same. And then you change the audience through the algorithm or you reaching out to people, you attracting your ideal customer. So know who you want to help. And then the brand is what you're known for, which is the themes inside. All right, point number 4, give yourself a Facebook social media makeover. But here's what I want. I want you to imagine that people have to make a decision whether to follow you, buy from you, or watch you without consuming any of the content. They just have to go onto your profile and see your profile picture, your name, and your bio, and then make a decision, yes or no. Do I follow them? Do I add them as a friend? Do I connect with them or not? Too many people rely on their content as the reason for people to follow them, when in reality, if you look on Instagram especially, you're able to see the number of profile visits you get in the insights and the number of followers you get in the same time window. And you should really be aiming to get at least 20% of people who land on your profile click the follow button. If it's less than that, then it's simply because you've not optimized your profile so people will know exactly what's in it for them, not, oh, let's feed this person's ego and grow their following. Always remember this. It's all about how and what is in it for the person watching you and not how you can look better. All right, point number 5, lead with love, lead with value. When you give value onto other people, it is inevitable that you are going to build your brand and build your following and therefore make more sales on social media, because people look up to people who give value. People share resources of value. If you've ever asked someone, what's your favorite restaurant, and they tell you, chances are you're going to go there. Or, hey, what's your favorite movie? They recommend their favorite movie, you watch it. Hey, what's your favorite artist, like your singer, your songwriter, whatever? What's the favorite concert you've been to? They tell you, you look to go there. It's the same on social media. Who are the favorite people who you love to follow? Now, some people will tell you the people who they love to follow because they get entertainment. But entertainment is a source of value, right? The 3 E's, entertain, empower, educate. These are the 3 ways you can give value. And every single person has value to share. I'll give you an example. Whenever we look to go on holiday, I'm the person who just goes, right, booking.com, kind of just find a hotel. That one looks good, book. Svetlana takes weeks, right? I just have to leave her to it because otherwise it stresses me out, right? And she will go into all the reviews, all the photos, all the YouTube videos, and she believes the perspective of a real person more than
The Times, 5 stars, amazing beach, best in Mexico,
for example. But if she sees Bob has written a review or Sarah has done a video and she's like,
doesn't look that great, this is a 1-star review because the pillows weren't very great,
we probably won't stay there. Now, this is not me saying that we believe bad reviews, it's that we believe real people with their real life perspective. So just because you're not an expert yet in something doesn't mean you can't give your perspective that other people value. Another example, at the moment, YouTube golf is blowing up. And the golfers playing aren't professionals. Now, there are a few people who are pros and they play on the tour. There's not so many of them. But the accounts that are blowing up are the real, relatable, raw golfers who shank it into the trees, who miss the green by a mile, who get 8 on a hole, drop the ball into the water. It happens. We want real, raw, relatable. So give value from your perspective and you can never lose. All right, point number 6, leverage existing communities. So if you are, again, in this example, wanting to create a community of people who love yoga, you want to sell something to do with yoga, then go and find the Facebook groups, the Instagram influencers, the TikTok accounts, the YouTube channels that are all to do with yoga. Find what content is already blowing up for them and create your own version, or do a reaction style video to it, or debunk it, right? There's so many different things you can do with other people's content that's already blown up. Now on Facebook groups, you can also go in there and ask questions. Maybe you would ask a question in the yoga example. Where do you prefer to do yoga? At home or in the studio? And people say,
at home, in the studio, at home, in the studio, at home, in the studio.
Right? You can then reach out to these people, start a conversation with the idea that they're going to start to consume your content, or you could be a resource of value. Always looking to see, how can I help this person? How can I give value from this person? Instead of in the mindset of, oh, they're not paying me, so I'm not going to help them. You got to get out of that mindset. All right, point number 7, analyze performance data. So after you've created some content, after you've spoken to someone, make sure you go back into that and see, how did it go? Did it do good? Okay, I'm going to do another version of that. Did it go bad? Okay, I'm not going to do that one again, or if I do, it's for testing purposes. And then how did that conversation go? Did that person get value from our conversation? Did that person feel loved? Did that person follow me? Did that person want to buy what I've got to sell? Always, always, always analyze the data that you get. And then point number 8 here is find something that you can easily promote and not necessarily sell. So for example, if you're going to talk about yoga, a product could be you could partner with a yoga fashion brand. You could sell like digital courses on how to get better at yoga from home. You could sell guides. You could sell a community of mums who love yoga, and you could charge $5, and you can do that on a Facebook group or using School or whatever it might be. But don't go out there and go, oh, I'm gonna sell chessboards, right? Oh, I know, I'm gonna go and sell a nutritional product. Although the nutritional product could potentially be something that can help you with your yoga, right? You lose weight, you get better mobility, you're better at yoga, you feel great with it, you're improving with it, you're progressing with it. But notice that this is point 8. Do the 7 previous steps before you come to the 8th point. Otherwise, what you'll do is you will then find a product to sell, and you will start selling something to an audience that you don't already have, and it will feel so hard. Instead, commit yourself. If you're someone who's out there who's like, you know what, I'm desperate to do this, or I'm inspired that other people have done it, so I can do the same thing, then that's all you need. You either have to join through desperation or inspiration. If it's like, oh, you know what, I might just give it a go for a laugh, then you're not gonna win. You have to commit to yourself. It's not, I'm gonna give it a try for a year. Oh, I'm gonna try this. It's no, you're gonna give it everything it takes, and then I've got something to sell. Unless you just have this absolute unwavering belief and certainty that the thing that you've got to sell or promote is needed by everyone who can get to know you, then you can flip it on its head. Bonus tip, know the order and then lead with love, lead with value, and play the long game. If you play the long game, you'll be paid long term. If you play the short game, you will be paid short term. So, I hope you got value from that. Big love to each and every single one of you, and I cannot wait to see you on the next video. If you would like, go and smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below, what's the passion that you have that you're gonna go out there and create a community around to eventually sell or promote a product that can accelerate the process for your community. All right, big love, see you next time.